you're saying that you're guilty regardless if you complete it or not. You know what I'm saying? If you take probation at that point, you're saying you're guilty.
So let me ask you, we try to lean on the why. You mentioned that, of course, you grew up in church, but you were still, 1 foot in the streets. We always try to get the psychology of, a man. What was it that drew you to the said crime that got you locked up? Was it due to trying to, of course, impress the homeboys? Was it due for a girl? Was it just being a rebel to your family, a rebel to the cause? What was it for you that, kind of drew you to that lifestyle to even get caught up?
Man, so what the initial accusation had nothing to do with, I'm still dumbfounded with that. So I fought that for so long to where they wind up offering adjudicated probation. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't even want to take it. And
can you educate the fans as far as what adjudicated probation looks like?
Well, so adjudicated probation is taking a probation that ultimately, if you complete it, they will take it off of your record, right? To me, that's offered to someone that when they really don't have a case, but they need the whatever that is, where it's called, to where they hell, I can't even think of what it's called.
Yeah.
It's ultimately like they win. You know what I'm saying? If they get you to take probation, ultimately you are saying you're still the guilt.
Yeah, basically. You know, and if you don't complete the probation,
right?
What is it like?
You're saying that you're guilty regardless if you complete it or not. You know what I'm saying? If you take probation at that point, you're saying you're guilty. See, I said, and I'm so not knowing. I said no contest, but at the end of the day, the judge was like, "So you still admitting guilt?" And I'm like, "Absolutely not." And so he told me to go back and talk to my court-appointed attorney again. And she was like, and it was always a chick, and she was like, "Well, listen, it doesn't really mean much of anything that's completed." And so it was just a little difficult for me because, again, when you're at that age, man, they don't tell you that, you know what I'm saying, any kind of record of any sort, man, really fucks up everything. Yeah. Getting a job and all, you know what I'm saying? And so when I got to probation, man, I violated literally within a month. And they wind up reinstating it. And then 3 months down the road, I violated, you know what I'm saying? Because I couldn't find a job. So I wound up doing something different. And that led me to catch the second case where they said, "The hell with you on probation, and we're gonna teach you a different way," So
you said each time you had a court-appointed lawyer?
Every time.
Would you, for a young man that's going through this situation, what would you tell him about a court-appointed lawyer? If you could give him any pointers, and should he try to get a paid-for lawyer, if by all means? Oh,
period. Yeah. If you're in a financial place where you can absolutely afford it, then absolutely, go that route. You know what I mean? For the ones that can't, I can understand it. Anything is better than nothing, you know what I'm saying, in that type of situation. But again, dude, you got to understand, man, that when what happened, it just caught everybody off guard, you know what I'm saying? And I was taken out of school, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was a hell of a fucking shock. And so I didn't know how to handle it. I damn near wanted to take my life, you know what I'm saying? Because it was so much on my mental at that time, you know what I'm saying? And I just
Can you speak on what was so much about it? Where were you in your mindset at that time? Like, expecting to go off to play football? Were you were you an athlete? What were you? Yeah, what were you leaving behind for you to be like, sure, this is not my life. This is not the way it's supposed to be going? Yeah, well, I had every intent of going to the service. I wanted to follow my dad's footsteps. You know what I'm saying? And so, and listen, so when that happened in school, when they took me out of school, they called me in. I went to the principal's office, all that shit, and
when they called me out and I went to the jail and I still didn't know what the fuck's going on. I was looking at this massive ass fucking bond and I had mixed emotion because I was like, wait, what? Nah, hell nah. This shit, you know what I'm saying? They got the wrong motherfucker. So, you know what I'm saying? Surely this shit gonna go away. And it didn't. And so when I ultimately wound up making bail, they lowered my bail because I ain't never been in no trouble before. So they lowered my bail and shit. I got out and my mom shortly thereafter, man, I went and got a GED. So I got my GED. And man, as soon as I got my GED, I started going to college. You know what I'm saying? I started my first semester anyway. And then some other shit came along and, you know, long story short, man, I wound up getting, you know, probation.
Okay.
And, but yeah.
What, can you take us through? And again, as we were speaking on that before, sorry to cut you off, but when I spoke on the why, like what about the life called you, you know, to even try to, you know, go outside of, church and, you know, just a normal kid, you know, doing a regular job? I
can't say, and I'm going to be very honest, dude. Man, I was really a good kid in a sense that I never wanted to do anything. I never wanted to hurt anybody. I had plenty of uncles, cousins selling dope, all this other shit, but I never wanted to hurt my people. I never wanted, because it was always the niggas that they were selling to. I never really seen them sell it to whites or any other race, and I always felt like that was hurting my people. Not that I'm sitting here pro-black, it's just that I didn't want to see people get hurt. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm still like that. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm gonna tell you something. My daddy was probably one of the cleanest, according to the law of the land, never been in any issues, never had any trouble, but yet had the dirtiest hands in the world. You know what I'm saying? From all the shit that he done. And I don't have to really speak much on that outside of if you know, you know, but he taught me so much in the interim. And seeing what he'd been through kind of led me along my path. You know what I mean? And if you don't, I'll say, I seen someone who can never do anything wrong according to the law of the land. You know what I'm saying? Never been arrested, anything, but yet do the most. You know what I'm saying? And it's just that they never get caught. Yeah. And then I see motherfuckers who've never done anything be persecuted the most. You know what I'm saying? But I feel that all is a part of God's plan. You know what I'm saying? And
it does mess with your mental.
Yeah, and building character into who you ultimately is going to be.